Am I the asshole for setting up pee trap for my wife? Hello everyone. I'm a 39-year-old man and am married to a 31-year-old woman. First, sorry about the pee trap terminology, her words, not mine. Ever since my wife and I were just dating, she tried to be very insistent that I sit down to urinate. I do not want to sit down to urinate, and so I do not. Frankly, I don't think it's any of her business how I pee anyway. For years now, and especially lately, every time she goes to the bathroom she does this crazy-eyed thing where she looks down at the floor, groans, and then pulls out paper towels and cleaning spray to wipe it up. I do not pee on the floor and never have, but she calls it Splash Mountain regularly. Recently I had something of a revelation when, as usual, we were having an argument about this topic, and she said that all men pee on the floor every time they go to the restroom. It seems like she is outright hellbent on proving a point. Anyway, the other day, I had had enough. I went to the restroom, stood over the toilet for a minute, closed the lid, and flushed. Then I called her in. I asked her to point at where I had peed because I'm trying to change my behavior, and in a couple of seconds she pointed at a spot and said, "There." The spot was clean. I hadn't used the bathroom since the day before. I told her as much, and she got incredibly upset. She said I set a pee trap, and that what I did was really mean to her. Then she insisted that every time I go to the bathroom, I pee on the floor again. I've had enough. I think she's just trying to get out of the fact that I caught her in her crap, but she has doubled down on her behavior and is completely convinced I'm a relentless asshole. Am I? I don't think I did anything wrong, all things considered. Not the asshole your wife has been trying to start problems where there aren't any just to get you to pee a certain way. Unless you're lying and actually have been peeing on the floor, that's super weird and slightly controlling of her. Ooh, you're in trouble now. Not the asshole. This is not normal behavior. She should really talk to someone. Not the asshole. Mind you, my doctor told me I had to sit down to pee because I'm not allowed to lift anything heavy. Do you clean the bathroom as well, or is that solely her job? If you don't clean the bathroom, then sitting to pee would show respect for your wife. Pee does in fact splash up. You don't have to miss the bowl for there to be pee on the floor. Has no one in the comments cleaned a bathroom? You are the asshole for making her clean up after you, not for standing or your dumb prank. Info: how often do you clean the bathroom? Info: do you clean the toilet or does she? I'm tending towards you are the asshole. Just FYI, I'm male and unfortunately I gotta tell you, if you pee standing up, there will always be splash outside of the toilet no matter how accurate you think you are. Your pee trap doesn't prove anything because you were leading here. Maybe if you'd asked her if she could see if you used the toilet or not, she'd have gotten it right. Maybe the spot she pointed out was from your last session. Anyways, if you're the one who cleans the toilet you're good, but if not then yes, you're a major A. You make your wife, who is the love of your life, clean you on a daily basis. I'd be embarrassed by that. It isn't so hard to sit down, you know. Why not clean the bathroom as one of your chores with the exchange that you can pee however you want? Most if not all guys splatter pee around sometimes, but who cares if you clean it up? Not the asshole. Not the asshole, and this is really weird. Are you sure nothing else is going on, because this doesn't sound like it's necessarily about the pee on the floor. Get a blacklight flashlight and you'll easily be able to see any accidents. She for exaggerating, you for not sitting down, or cleaning the bathroom yourself. When standing, yes, some pee will get on the ground. From backsplash, from spray etc. You can test yourself. Keep the toilet seat down while peeing and have close and honest look at the seat afterwards. So as long as you do not clean the bathroom yourself, it is also her business. And FFS, just sit down. Not that hard, and I am a man. Edit. Someone else provided this handy video for illustration. Are you sharing the chore to clean up the bathroom? In that case, you're not the a-hole. But if your wife usually does, you definitely are. Because even if your aim is perfect, pee particles splash out of the bowl, just because it's fired off a height. If you sit down, your body blocks the exit, so to say, so it's not an issue. Just because you don't see a literal puddle doesn't mean there's no pee. Check with a UV light if you want to finally settle the argument with your wife. You are the asshole. You intentionally humiliated her and she happens to be right. Urine aerosolizes and splashes back as it's coming out of the urethra at high speed and is spread all over the place, albeit in small amounts. Peeing sitting down is undeniably a more sanitary practice. I think it might be a good thing for both of you if you personally were to clean the bathroom more frequently than you collectively have been, and without your wife asking. She needs some help to work out what's at the root here, and while she's working through that, one way you can help is by taking some of the load of clean bathroom anxiety off of her shoulders. Demonstrate that you care about her with actions that matter a lot to her. You are the asshole. Just sit down to pee. It's healthier for you and shows respect for your wife if she's the one who cleans. I always pee sitting down, but when I have friends over and they use the toilet, there's always splashback. You also eliminate the put the seat down argument. You are the asshole not for the pee trap, but for not sitting down to urinate. I would go with ESH because of her answer, but I know how one can get paranoid with urine splatters. You might not piss directly on the floor but it always splashes back and that's disgusting. Just sit down, it doesn't cost you anything, and be considered. Also for the record, just because you can't see it, standing and peeing does cause pee particles to get all around the toilet area and a lot of men don't think to clean walls or floors around toilets, allowing the now dried particles to just sit and with constant use grow. That's pretty gross, dudes. You are the asshole. I hate to break it to you but all of us do pee on the floor when we urinate while standing. I call it micro splatter. Take her little test for real instead of trying to be a prick about it. Your little stunt didn't prove that you don't splatter. Man up and find out for yourself. Edit. Unless you're 4 feet 9 inches or something. This is all about kinetic energy, so height matters a lot. Not the asshole. This is very weird behavior. You're not an asshole for pointing it out to be flawed, for lack of a stronger word. How you use the toilet is definitely her business if you two share a toilet. I am disgusted by your neglecting attitude toward your partner's concern. Pee does splash if you do it while standing. Why do most of the male toilet rooms stink so much, even if they flash every time they urinate? That's because of the splashes. I requested my husband to sit down and it never stinks anymore. I can't believe I'm commenting on this, but you are the asshole. Only because 1. She's technically and scientifically correct. Pee molecules go everywhere even when your stream is true, and that's before going into ricochet and liquid physics. 2. You do not have the Terminator level precision you think you have. We are human and even on our best days we make mistakes. And 3. Just because on one occasion you entrapped your girlfriend with a speed trap doesn't invalidate her concerns every time she does see some drops. Do you think she makes this shit up for funsies? Acknowledge you are not the spotless Adonis. It is a title not even people who peed sitting down their entire lives have achieved. It is okay. Just do something about it to appease your GF. Sitting ain't that bad. You are the asshole. You're peeing on the floor and she's sick of it. I wouldn't want to step on someone's pee constantly. If there wasn't a legitimate number of times she's stepped in your pee, then she wouldn't be so paranoid. Not the asshole. Pee traps, what malarkey. Not the asshole, but I have to ask. How are household chores divided? Is she just burnt out from always being the one to clean the bathroom, if that's the case? I found myself feeling resentful when I was the assigned bathroom cleaner. All I had to do to fix that was rotate chores occasionally. Just sit down, man. It doesn't make you less masculine. And yes, even if you pee inside the toilet with perfect aim, there's splash damage. I'm male, by the way. Not the asshole. A pee trap is the most stupidest thing to get angry about. I mean, it's never appropriate to deceive your spouse. You did kind of set a trap for her. It's clear your wife has some sort of mental anguish over this and she sees pee that isn't really there. In that case, this probably wasn't the best way to approach this. Instead, you should talk to your wife and discuss a better solution for the both of you, maybe having easy access cleaning wipes available for you to use when you do accidentally splash the floor. My husband does this too, but it doesn't bother me. I have my own, other quirks. Sorry, this is your wife's and it's not going to go away because you pee-trapped her. Lay down a couple of paper towels before you got to pee a few times, with her knowledge. You will not be proving that she is seeing things or lying, you'll prove her fears to be unfounded. Sounds like your wife has some unresolved issues with cleanliness or men in her life. Try to be nice about it if you still have the patience. Not the asshole. Did she live with chronic floor peers for a while? Or does she work with somewhere there's a shared bathroom? It can get to where everything looks like it's pee on the floor if you're used to always seeing pee on the floor. Still, she's taking it to a point where it's pretty heavy duty. Might want to have her talk to a pro to see if it's an emergence of OCD. Consider getting one of those rugs that goes around the toilet, something without much shag. That way if you do pee, there's proof and she can shake a finger at you. No wet, no pee, she can relax. Pee gets on the floor if you pee standing. If you want to pee standing and you don't clean up after yourself, you are the asshole. If you want to compromise and pee standing while doing the cleanup work, then have at it. Info: who cleans the bathroom, and in particular, the bathroom floor? If she does, you are the asshole. If it's you, not the asshole. Standing and peeing will end up spilling drops of pee on the floor around the toilet bowl. This is a fact. Even if you aim perfectly, there will be pee on the floor. In the end this will get pretty disgusting, if not cleaned up frequently. If your wife has to clean the floor from your pee, and you refuse to sit down to make it easier for her, when she specifically asked you, you are the asshole. You are the asshole. It's not your private toilet, so standing is disrespectful if even one person using the toilet thinks that's gross. Just sit down like normal people, wash the seat after each pee, or get a second toilet. Those are the only options I'd give you if we lived together. NTA, but I get how she could have become so neurotic about this. Men constantly shake and leave pee on the floor. Bare feet plus cold random pee is so gross. Socks with wet pee on them equals worse. My partner doesn't even notice it. He's super clean in nearly all his habits but just doesn't see it and seems shocked when I point it out. I've started pointing it out because it just won't stop, and he's genuinely surprised every time, but it drives me mad. And still it happens. Significant other effing yuck. I don't want to have to clean up pee on the floor every time I want to use the bathroom. Needless to say, I can see how she has gotten to the OCD, assume it's their stage. However, hopefully the pee trap makes her realize it's not actually always there. Not the asshole. My husband doesn't get pee on the floor, nor does my son, he's 10. I think she has a phobia and that's why she got so mad. Not the asshole, I guess. But dude, you do pee on the rim and floor. Every time. Not intentionally, but there is splashing. Pour a cup of water into a bowl and see how it splashes. If it splashes into a regular bowl, it splashes into the toilet too. Not the asshole, she got busted in a lie and is now trying to double down instead of coming clean. Maybe not the gentlest approach to it, but after being falsely accused repeatedly, I get why you did it. Not the asshole. I don't have any sympathy for people who complain about the collection of empirical evidence to make or counter an argument. Not the asshole about the pee trap, but it's very likely that the toilet gives a little splashback, so there's a good chance that tiny drops get on the floor anyways. Nah, you probably do splash more than you realize, which isn't something you can control. Streams of water hitting pools of water splash up and there isn't much you can do about it, besides sit to pee. Your wife is probably actually tired of cleaning the bathroom and sees your refusal to do this small thing for her as really annoying. But you shouldn't have to sit to pee if you don't want. How about instead of fighting with your wife, you clean the bowl and floor every time? If she feels the need to come in and clean after you every single time, just do it yourself. A spray of cleaner and a paper towel wipe would take 3 seconds, and it would make your wife's significant other happy. Info: does your toilet spit? Sometimes my guest bathroom toilet splashes water out of the bowl while flushing. It's disgusting. You are the asshole. Sit down to pee or clean the bathroom several times a day. Though mildly. Listen, I don't expect my husband to sit to pee and he usually wipes the toilet if he sees a splash. But even so, the floor is sometimes wet after he goes and there are faint stains noticeable when we clean. It is possible there's a bit of splatter that you don't notice. But she's handling it in a weird way. I've smelt this story before. Is your wife German? It is a cultural norm there, for those responsible for cleaning a shared bathroom to sometimes require that men pee sitting down. Yuck, if it's her toilet, pee sitting down. Men do pee on the floor and toilet seat. No ifs or buts about it. Nah. As a man I can confirm that every time you pee some drops get on the floor. Just make a test with toilet paper and you will see. Put paper towels around a bowl and make your business. Actually then you will find that it much comfortable to pee sitting. And #X200B. P.S. Sorry for grammar, English isn't my native. Not the asshole. There's a lot to unpack here. Everyone sucks here. Learn to communicate. I am begging you. Sorry, but you most definitely splash your pee everywhere. There is no way that it's not getting everywhere. And unless you are the one scrubbing the floors from your pee, she has every right to be pissed. It's impossible to not get pee everywhere while standing up.